Good day to you and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what we know as the Aida model of copywriting. You see, there is something about this copywriting skill, like I have been saying from the beginning of my video. What we majorly use this copywriting skill is to allow people to actually do something. That is the major reason why we learn this copywriting skill. Like we have said from the beginning till we get to our last class where we talked about identifying your target audience, which I am sure by now you already have the target audience that you want to sell a product to. Now that you have your target audience, the next thing you now need to know how to do is to know how to write a copy in a way that will allow all this your target audience to actually do something, whether to buy your product, to join your group, to sign up on your website, or to do a lot of things. And for you to be able to structure your content in a way that will allow your target audience to do those things, that is the reason why you need to understand this Aida model of copywriting skill. Now, let's get started without wasting too much of your time. So you need to pay attention to understand this particular thing, because when you understand this particular topic, the Aida model is going to be very useful for you, so that whenever you want to write content, you'll be able to follow this format to write your content. Even if you want to design a picture, you need to follow this particular format in designing your picture. Even if you are creating a video, you also need to follow this Aida model to create your video. If the purpose of your content or the purpose of your flyer or the purpose of your video is to want your audience or people that are watching it or people that are reading it to actually do something, that is the reason why you need to actually understand this Aida model one after the other. Because in this video, I'm going to break it down for you. I'll tell you the purpose of Aida model, and then I'll give you the examples of Aida model, so that you can also use your creativity after watching this particular video to also start creating your content, whether written content or video content or graphic content, in order for you to allow your audience to take a specific action. So let's get started one after the other. As you can see from my screen, that the A stands for attention, the I stands for interest, the D stands for desire, while the last A stands for action. So all these particular things, they are just a format that you need to know how to use. Your copy, your content is going to be falling in line with this format. Anytime you want to write content, anytime you want to design a picture, anytime you want to create a video, the first thing you need to put in your head is that what should be my attention? What should be my interest? What should be my desire, and what should be my call to action? You need to know the purpose of anything you want to create online, so that when you create that particular content, it's going to be falling in line with this particular model. So let's break this Aida model down one after the other, so that you can understand how we actually use this in a copy or in a content. Let's get started. As you can see from my screen, when we talk about the attention in copywriting, attention is the first and the most crucial step in the Aida model formula. The reason being that this attention is very, very important in your text, is very, very important in your design, and is going to be very, very important whenever you want to create a video. So what do I mean by this attention? It is all about you grabbing the attention of your audience. So remember that we already know our target audience. We want to bring them in probably to buy something from us. Now, the first thing, anytime we want to create a content, either written content or video content, and we want to use it to grab the attention of our audience, we need to make sure that before we create those content, we need to think in our head, what should be my attention for this particular set of people? Make sure that it is all about grabbing your audience focus right away, so that they can stop and notice what you are actually talking about. You need to make sure that anything that is going to be your attention must be something that is going to make your audience feel like, oh, let me actually see what this person is talking about. So you need to make sure that it grabs the attention of your audience. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on people that want to lose weight as my target audience, and I'm going to be using them as an example throughout the end of this particular video. And then by the end of my video, I'm going to show you everything so that you can see the way I structure it. Probably if you want to structure your own too, you can actually use that to structure your own. Please take note. don't do copy and paste. My own on the goal of this video is to show you everything so that you can understand it, so that by the end of the video, when I list out the example that I use, you can now see the process that I follow, which is the Aida model of copywriting. Now, to capture the attention effectively, copywriters usually use bold headlines. Whenever we want to write a content or a copy, we need to use a bold headline. If you cannot use a bold headline, probably you are posting on Instagram or you are posting on Facebook, you make sure you use capital letter so that that particular attention part of your copy is going to be visible for your audience. You need to make sure you use catchy headlines that make people curious. I'm going to be teaching you how to use all those catchy headlines because we are still going to be breaking this attention, interest, desire, call to action down throughout the rest of this copywriting skill so that you can understand each and every one of them in total. Headline is very, very important for you. Now, the second one is that you need to make sure that your attention is striking visuals, images or design elements that stand out. Anytime you want to design anything, you make sure that the attention part of that your design is like the easiest thing that people can actually see from your design. Let's assume you are designing something. Make sure that the attention part of it, where you want it to get the attention of people, make sure that that is where it's very, very bold in your design. And the third thing is to use a powerful opener. Whenever you want to write your attention content or your attention copy, you need to use a powerful opener, starting with a surprising fact, question, or emotional appeal. How do you do all these things perfectly? I'm going to be teaching you that when I'm teaching you headline and hook. I'm going to be telling you more about that. So the goal of attention is to instantly hook the reader, making them want to learn more about what you are actually talking about. So that is one of the reasons why we use attention grabbing content before we start posting our content, or before we start posting our video, or when we are currently designing our flyer. So if you don't grab attention, they won't stick around to watch the rest of your message, or they will stop reading what you are posting. So before you post anything online as a copywriter, you need to first think in your head, okay, these are my target audience. They are the one that really wants to make money online. What should I use as my attention grabbing content that is going to allow them to want to read my post or to want to watch my video? So that is one of the first things that you need to be putting in your head before you start posting any content online. So let me use attention as an example for you. Are you tired of endless diets that don't work? Discover the secret of losing weight effortlessly. So when you see this type of example, as for people that want to lose weight, when they see this type of example in a content or they see it anywhere, they will definitely want to read more about that particular content. Even if it is a video, they will definitely want to read more because the headline is going to grab their attention to want to know more that is currently happening in that content. So the next thing, now that you have gotten their attention, that is not all. Attention is just the first part of it to bring them in. What are you bringing them in to do? So that is where the second Aida model comes in, which is the interest. So when we talk about interest is the second step in the Aida formula, because once you have grabbed your audience attention, you need to keep them engaged by building their interest in your product or service or message. Now that you have gotten their attention, I'm going to give you an example before the end of my video that is going to show you the attention example, the interest example, the desire example, and the call to action example, where I'm going to connect each of them together so that you can see how to do it, so that you'll be able to also do it by yourself. But I need to explain it first so that you can understand it, so that when you are doing it, it will be easier for you to do it. It's going to be different from you copying and pasting, because there is something about me. I want every of my students to understand it so that they can be able to do it themselves and then to continue to excel. A lot of people online goes on to buy probably somebody's strategy or what somebody have done or somebody's templates, and that is the reason why they keep getting stuck along the line in their journey to making money online. So when you understand something, it will be easier for you to actually think by yourself and bring out the solution whenever you are facing any problem online. So now you have gotten their attention. The next thing you need to do is to make sure that you keep them engaged by building their interest in your product or service. How do you now build their interest? How do you make them feel engaged while reading your post? You remember that you've given them the attention grabbing word. Then the next thing after your attention word is that you need to provide a value information. You need to provide a value information on what you are currently talking about. Explain how the product or service is going to solve the problem or meet their needs. You have given them one particular headline that makes them want to read that particular post. After you have given them the attention grabbing word that makes them come into your video or makes them come into your copy or want to read your post, the next thing should be that the content that you are going to be writing under the attention must be related to what you have written above, right? And then it's going to be highlighting probably the benefit or solving the problem that your audience are currently facing, or what they are going to meet, or something that is going to meet their need. So that is the first thing. You need to highlight the benefit. Focus on what your audience will gain or how it will make their life better. That is what you should, because you see, I remember I emphasized on this, that copywriting deals with selling. So don't just think about yourself as a copywriter. You need to think about your target audience. And when you are thinking about your target audience, please and please don't think about your target audience in a whole. Don't think about them in everybody. Think about them in a particular person. Like, you use your target audience like this. Turn that person to one particular person. Think about the problem of that person, and then every of your content should be giving solution to that person. You need to tell a story in making them interested in what you are selling. After you have gotten their attention, you can actually use this strategy of telling a story. Use relatable scenario or storytelling to connect emotionally with the reader. You have gotten their attention. Let's assume 17 ways you can actually make money online in 2025. That is your attention grabbing headline. So now you've given them 17 ways. A lot of people will be like, oh, this is 2025. Well, let me check how the 17 ways look inside. Then you can now start with, in 2025, let's say you can now start with, in 2022, I struggled a lot to get a means of making money online, not until I stumble upon these 17 ways I'm about to share for you in this content. You see, nobody will read that headline and scroll down a little to see their interest. You know, that particular word is going to be making them, that particular sentence is going to be making them feel interested in what you are writing, because they will definitely want to see that 17 ways. So make sure you tell a story. You can tell them, in 2025, I really struggled a lot. I have a this and that. Just form a story in your head and create a story. It is just a strategy. It's either you provide a valuable information, or you highlight the benefit, or you tell a story that is related to your headline, or you use a clear, easy read language to make it simple and enjoyable to read. Those are the ways you can make your audience feel interested in what you are actually posting. So by generating the interest, you keep the audience hooked and motivate them to continue reading. The goal is to show them why they should care about what you are offering. So let me give you the example of interest part of it. Our revolutionary diet plan has helped thousands shed pounds while enjoying delicious meal, no more deprivation or strenuous workout. So them seeing this particular interest, you remember what I gave you in the attention part of it, where I was introducing them to this particular thing. And this interest part of it, I'm letting them feel interested to make them feel that they really need to do this particular thing, because that's helped a lot of people. They'll definitely feel like, oh, this particular thing that this person is talking about can actually help me as well. So they'll make sure it makes them to feel interested. Now that you've grabbed their attention, you've already made them feel interested by your content. And then the next thing you now need to know how to do is now start thinking in your head, what should be my desire of this particular thing? So after I've gotten their attention, I've started making them feeling interested in what I'm trying to talk about. What can I write again that will make them actually feel desired in what I'm talking about? But before you can know what to write, let's quickly talk about what desire is all about. Desire is the third step in Aida model. Once you've captured their attention and you have already sparked their interest in what you are talking about, the next step is to create a strong emotional connection that makes the audience want to that makes the audience want the product or service that you are actually selling to them. Now, this is the next thing you need to do. Now, how do you build their desire? Let me show you. Number one is that you need to emphasize the benefit. You remember that we've been talking about the benefits in the interest part of your content. This particular part, this is where you show them that the product you are trying to talk about or the service you are trying to talk about is going to improve their life, is going to solve their problem or fulfill their need. Or you use another strategy, use emotional appeal, tap into their emotion like happiness, something that make them happy or make them feel success or security or excited. So those are the things that you can easily tap in to talk to them, to make them feel desire in what you are actually talking about to them. So another thing is that you can actually create urgency. Use phrase like limited time offer or only few spots left to push them towards wanting to buy that particular thing you are actually talking about now. So you need to put it into consideration. In this desire part, you need to show proof. You need to show proof. Include testimonials, reviews, or case studies to build trust and to show that others have benefited from this particular thing you are trying to sell to them. So the goal of this particular desire is to make the audience feel that they really need this particular thing that you are talking about. So it will make them have a strong desire to buy what you are talking about. So let me give you an example. Let me give you the desire example. Imagine fitting into your dream dress, feeling confident and enjoying a healthier life. Our revolutionary plan make it possible. This is an example of a desire content. You can remember I've been structuring it from the attention part of it to the interest part of it. Now I am in the desire part of it, where I give you, when somebody is reading them accordingly, all those examples, they are going to be feeling interested, and now the person will definitely feel desire to get that product that I am talking about. Now that they feel desire and they are wanting to actually buy what you are currently talking about. So this is now the last stage of the Aida model that you need to include in all your copy, because if you don't include this in your video, you don't include this in your content, you don't include this in probably your flyer, it's still not going to be yielding any results. And what is that particular thing? The thing is called call to action. It is called what? Call to action. Action is the final step in the Aida formula, because after you have grabbed their attention, you have built them interested in that particular thing you are talking about, you've already created a desire that they are already feeling that, oh, I really need to buy this thing that this person is talking about. I really need to buy this thing that this person is talking about, or I really need to join this group that this person is talking about. You can actually use this thing to tap into emotion of anything. It's not actually buying something. It's majorly doing something. I hope you can get me right. It is majorly doing something. Probably you want them to join your group, you want them to buy your product, you want them to create anything, you want them to go to your WhatsApp page, you want them to come to your DM, you want them to do anything. That is the benefit of using this Aida model. Are you getting it now? So if you are getting it, please kindly drop in the comment section that you are actually getting it. And if you are not getting some things right, drop it in the comment section so that I can explain better for you in the comment section. So now, after you have grabbed their attention, you've already built their interest and you've created a desire, the next goal is to motivate the audience to take a specific action, such as making a purchase, signing up for anything that you are currently doing, or contacting you, to just encourage them to actually take a specific action. So how can you tell them? How can you make them to make a specific action? Number one is that make sure you use clear call to action. It's very, very important to use clear call to action, probably like buy now or sign up today or get started. Make sure your call to action is clear enough for the person to know what you told them or what you are expecting them to do after they have read your content or after they have read your video. Another thing, or the second thing, is that you can create urgency. Use time sensitive language like limited time offer or act now to push for immediate action so that they can actually do that thing now. And the third one is that make it easy. Just make sure it is easy. Ensure that the process to take action is simple and straightforward, like providing a direct link or a clear instruction. Don't, because you want to call them to action, you are now telling them to just You are now telling them that if you are interested in this thing, check the comment section of this video. You see a link there. Once you get to that link, you are going to see a red button. If you are giving them long, stressful call to action, nobody is going to take that action. Make sure your call to action is very, very clear, is very, very easy, and is very, very straightforward. Just put the button. If it is a button, chat me on WhatsApp. Buy this thing now, do this thing now, or anything you want to do, make sure that your call to action is clear enough for them to actually do. Offer incentive. It is one of the strategies of calling people to action. Add extra motivation by offering discounts, free trials, or bonuses. The goal is to prompt the reader to take the desired action quickly and without hesitation. So that is how we use Aida model. So what are the purpose of each step, which is the Aida model? What are the purpose? The purpose of attention is to bring your target audience in. The purpose of interest is to keep your target audience engaged. While the purpose of desire is to build the need for your product and your service so that they can actually feel desire in buying that particular thing. And the last one, which is the call to action, is to lead them to act on that particular need or to convert them to make them actually buy what you want them to buy. So majorly, the purpose of action is to convert your target audience to do what you want them to do. Let me show you the example that I used throughout this video so that you can see the way I structure it using the Aida model. So anytime you also want to write a copy, you want to create a video, or you want to design a flyer, make sure you first think in your head, what will be my attention, what will be my interest, what will be my desire, and what will be my call to action. Every of your posts as a copywriter needs to have a call to action at the end. You need to know the purpose why you are writing something, and you need to know the purpose of who you want. You need to know the purpose of those that are going to be reading your post. What do you want them to do before you post out any content? So as a copywriter, all these things must be rolling in your head before you put out any content online, whether written content or video content. You need to make sure you think about it first. What is going to be my attention? What's going to be my interest? What's going to be my desire? And what's going to be my call to action? So those things are very, very important. So look at the example now as I drop it on your screen so that you can see the way I structure it. You can also structure your own too like that when you are writing. Please and please, don't do copy and paste. The purpose of this video is for you to understand the process so that you can easily think by yourself before you post any content. Because you remember, my target audience that I've used in this video is different from your own target audience. Write according to your target audience. Do you understand that? So if you are getting value from this video, kindly drop it in the comment section that you are getting value. And if you have any question that you want to ask, you can easily drop it in this video. I'll give answers to them. Thank you so much for doing that. Assignment now is to make sure you get 3 different type of target audience, then write a copy for them using the example that I've given you. My example, I've been able to structure it. So you are also going to structure your own copy, using it to probably tell your customer to do something or tell your target audience to do something. So you are going to assume, have 3 different target audience. Probably you want to have target audience of people that want to make money online, or people that want to buy products, or people that want to sign up for a class. Just think in your head, have the target audience. When you have target audience, now write to them following this particular format that I just told you. Make sure you have headline, you have something that interests them, have something that make them feel desire, and put call to action. So do that for 3 different target audience and submit it to my DM. So in our subsequent video that I'm going to be dropping on this copywriting, we are going to be breaking this Aida model. We are going to break it down fully because there is something about copywriting skill. Everything is embedded inside this Aida model. So the attention part of it, we are going to break it. What is that attention itself? Headline and hook. How do we get the headline? What are the examples of headline? What is the meaning of hook? Those are the things we are going to be covering later on in our video. So when we get to the interest part, how can we get the benefit? What is the meaning of benefit and features? Everything we are going to be breaking it down for you. So in my next video, I'm going to see you with the next thing on our agenda. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have not dropped a like on this video, kindly like and also subscribe to my channel. I am African Prince RX. I'll see you in my next video.